it is time to cut these up. So we don't like to freeze them whole. I mean, we'll do a couple halves for the smoker, but for the most part, we eat wings, thighs, drummies, that stuff. So we're gonna show you how this works. So these are nice and cold. They actually are stiff now because we cooled them down really well. So for the wings, you know, kind of lift it up. You can get your knife in that seam, kind of cut down in there, and then you can get that joint to kind of pop. Fold back a little bit. Cut on the underside, right up to it. You can get right to the joint. Boop. Nice clean wing off. Do the same thing on the other side. Kind of come from underneath, from the back side here, and you can hit that joint. You can get it to pop, and then it's really just cutting around till it is off. Nice, beautiful wings. We do cut the tips off of them when we cook them, and we cut them up, but for packaging them, I just leave them whole, and then we cut them up when we're gonna cook them. Otherwise, I'd be here for like 2 days. Flip it on its back to take the thigh off. Find this seam, cut the skin. This just peels right back. See how you got a nice open gap there? And you just follow this down. And if you get your hand in here, you can pop that joint. And you're just following the seam. And then on the back, you got this seam here. Just follow it. You got your drummy and your thigh. We leave these whole because we like when we grill them or put them in the smoker, the pellet grill. This cooks better than if we cut them up. If we want to do it longer, if we want to do it shorter or faster, then we will cut this off when we go to cook them. But for purposes for this is dark meat. It cooks in relatively the same. So we just leave them whole, mainly because we're doing 50 birds today. And if we took the time to cut all of that up, at this point it would take forever. And when we actually pull it out of the freezer, it only takes 30 seconds, a minute to cut them up. So it saves us time in the long run. Gonna follow that seam, get that joint to pop. No, I missed it a little bit. There it is. Follow that right off the back. Beautiful thigh and drummy. Now, a lot of the time, we just do boneless breasts. We just don't eat them a lot with the bone in. We do keep some, but I'm going to show you the easiest way to do boneless. So you have the breastbone right here. Follow that down just like a turkey at Thanksgiving. You're going to follow that down, or a duck or any type of fowl. We get all the way down to the bottom of the bone, and we're just going to kind of turn the knife and follow that cartilage. Now you get your Y bone or your wishbone up here, so I kind of pull the breast up. Just get the tip of the knife and follow that bone around. You don't want to go real deep because you'll cut into your meat. Follow that, and then you can tip the bone up and come in on the underside of it here. And you can get all that deep meat out from underneath there. You don't waste anything, and you follow that little joint around. If you just take your knife and cut here, see how much meat is under that blade that you miss? So you want to just run the tip shallow, and then you can come in from the other side and scoop that out. It's all about efficiency. I took the time to raise these birds. I don't want to waste any of the meat. And then it's just following the bone. I'm just skinning it off just like I do a fish. And that, my friends, that is a chicken breast. Look at how thick that thing is. I mean, that is 1.5 inches thick. I bet you that's almost a pound, that one breast. I have big hands. Like I have pretty good size hands, and that's my hand next to this chicken breast.